Nebraska's High Court convened in Scottsbluff this morning, giving students an up-close and personal look at how the judicial branch works. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, for the first time ever, Nebraska Supreme Court justices held oral arguments in Scottsbluff as part of special Law Day celebrations. This morning at Scottsbluff High School, hundreds of people were on hand to hear two cases being argued by the High Court. The event is part of a continuing effort by the Nebraska Supreme Court and the local legal community to raise awareness of court processes and the importance of civics education to the American society.
We hope this is a very informative and educational day for you today, and we are very excited and thrilled that the Nebraska Supreme Court has come to Scottsbluff High School to hear arguments.
We know where our court comes from. The Constitution created the three branches of government back in the 1780s. Our Constitution in Nebraska came up 100 years later and created the same three branches. And that's the roots of what our court is today and how our court protects all our freedoms that you and I have.
Arguments began shortly before 10 a.m. and included a Dawson County case involving terms of a man's probation terms and a case out of Clay County that involved a man's argument on a motion to suppress prior to his conviction for delivery of a controlled substance. Scottsbluff Superintendent Rick Miles says this was a wonderful and rare opportunity for students and that observing the judicial process firsthand will be very meaningful for all involved. Well, the city of Gering is preparing for the future departure of City Administrator Lane Danielzuk. During a special meeting of the City Council today, Mayor Tony Kaufman announced that Danielzuk would be leaving in the winter of 2020. Kaufman told the council and staff that starting to address the issue now will give the city plenty of time for a comprehensive search to find his replacement.
This is arguably probably the largest and most important decision that any council can make. That position in our community or any community is extremely vital and very impactful and has a lot of impact on not only our community but our partnership communities that we do a lot with on a day-to-day basis. And so it is a decision that really needs to elevate and is warranted of a lot of time and consideration as we go through that process.
Kaufman is hopeful a new administrator could be in place relatively early, perhaps in the time of the budget season next year, but no later than September of 2020 to ensure a smooth transition. And it could be the end of an era as the Scottsbluff Public School Board is set to make a decision on the future of the Splash Arena at their May board meeting. Facilities and Maintenance Director Randy Scott says a significant water leak at the indoor pool has been leaking roughly 7.5 gallons per minute, or 10,000 gallons a day, and requires closure of the pool until repairs are made. Current repair estimates to address the leakage are coming in between $350,000 and $550,000, which is threatening the pool's viability. Tentative plans are in place to allow the Sea Cats and Torpedoes swim teams to use the YMCA pool for the upcoming year. School officials say the board may make a determination regarding the potential repair or closure of the Splash Arena facility as early as the May meeting. Well, coming up after the break, a winter weather advisory goes into effect starting at midnight, with rain, snow, and cold temperatures all in the mix. Bill Boyer's in at the KNEB Weather Studios with his full forecast right after this.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
How does Arby's sell the most euros in America? Having over 3,000 stores with this insane 2 for €6 deal certainly gives us a head start. Also, passion.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Please don't kill the messenger. I know. This winter just will not seem to let go, will it? Temps tonight falling quickly into the 30s. I think these showers at 7 o'clock probably still going to be in the form of snow. We've had off and on snow showers already. Temps will stay in the 30s then overnight into early tomorrow morning and lead us to some snow showers across the region. So pretty widespread snow tonight. Rain and snow tomorrow ending early Wednesday, and then we're back to warmer conditions, especially for Thursday and Friday and on into the weekend. 75 yesterday. Yeah, yesterday 75 and a morning low of 35. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're at an inch 38 for the month and just about a third of an inch below normal, 465 for the year. 39 in Denver right now. Laramie, look at this, 28 degrees. Riverton checks in at 41. Warmer here on the eastern part of Nebraska with 50s out there. No 50s in our region. We're in the 30s and 40s. 47 in Ogallala, the warmest we can find. Mullen at 43. 39 up in Chadron. Look at Cheyenne here, 29 degrees. It's been snowing at a pretty good clip throughout the day in Cheyenne as they've been much colder. Winds are out of the southeast as well, pumping that moisture in. It's not a big low pressure system or anything like that that's dropping this snow. It's just some cold air overrunning, moist air overrunning the cold air that's on the surface. Some snow showers when you get on the bus tomorrow, it looks like, and temps into the low 30s. We'll come home with cloudy skies. I think the precip should come to an end for a period of time tomorrow during the day before another wave of this system comes through tomorrow night and brings us some snow showers. So here we go tonight. Here comes the snow across the region, pretty widespread off and on, especially late tonight into early tomorrow. Winds are going to pick up a little bit as well, and it's going to be chilly out there. Lows down into the 20s to near 30 degrees. Then for tomorrow, we start the day with that snow. It pushes off to the east and away from us, and we go through a part of the day at least mostly cloudy. Then by late tomorrow, we start to see a few showers, maybe even some rumbles of thunder starting to form. They will push across here as we go late tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning, and then the next round comes in here and moves across the region. I don't think it'll be quite as heavy with what's coming in through the early morning Wednesday as what we're going to see tonight. Still, it's going to be tough to get a lot of this snow to stick as temps have been so warm recently. Not the case tomorrow. Low 40s is the best we're going to do. Going to get a pretty good amount of liquid out of this storm system. Some of these areas picking up maybe over 3/4 of an inch of moisture in eastern Wyoming. I think up into the northern portions of Nebraska. That's where the heavier rainfall amounts are going to be. Over a half an inch possible in those locations. Probably a third of an inch to a half an inch for the rest of us here in the Panhandle. Let's translate that over to snow. It looks like this as we pile things up. Maybe an inch or two across the region. Maybe some areas a little more than that. Lesser amounts, I think, off to the south and east. Now, we do have winter weather advisories that are posted. I didn't show those to you because I really don't think this is going to be a huge impact to travel. Most of this snow going to be on grassy surfaces as it's simply just been too warm. There's the snow tonight. It's going to be fairly widespread. Breezy at times as well. 31 for the low. Could see a couple inches on grassy surfaces. Rain, snow tomorrow will turn to rain, and then rain will redevelop and turn back to snow tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning. Highs only in the low 40s. Our 7-day forecast after we get through Wednesday doesn't look bad. Even Wednesday we may top out to near 50 degrees into the low 60s Thursday, Friday, and then back into the low 70s for the weekend and into Monday with our next chance of moisture coming with another system early next week.
How does Arby's sell the most euros in America? Having over 3,000 stores with this insane 2 for €6 deal certainly gives us a head start. Also, passion.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott.
I'm hooked on
Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff. Presented by Allo Communications and Viera Wireless. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at MidwestTheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff with KNEB.
Next Gen Outfitters is your new local online source for hunting, shooting, and camping gear. With over a century of combined outdoor experience, we aspire to become the trusted supplier of all your outdoor gear needs. Next Gen Outfitters is where adventure begins and tradition continues. For the month of April, get $25 off orders of $100 or more. Go to nextgenof.com and use code NGKNEB. That's NEXGENOF.com.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition, convenient stores in your neighborhood, friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Welcome back. A Scottsbluff traffic stop leads to the seizure of nearly 1 pound of methamphetamine. 49-year-old Cortez Henderson Jr. of Scottsbluff was pulled over by a house for having fictitious plates. Officers say he pulled into the driveway and they noticed he was carrying a large amount of cash. A subsequent canine search of the vehicle led to the discovery of narcotics, a digital scale, and baggies that tested positive for methamphetamine. A search warrant for his home was issued, and police found 14.8 ounces of methamphetamine in the home. He is being held on a 6-figure bond and made his first appearance on the charges today in Scottsbluff County Court. Sticking with the courts, as a Scottsbluff man has been arrested and charged following a domestic assault earlier this month. Court documents say 38-year-old Fabian Blanco assaulted a woman in an alley in Scottsbluff, punched her in the face, and broke a beer bottle on her head. A warrant for Blanco's arrest was issued, charging him with intentional second-degree assault and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. He's being detained on a $100,000 bond, and he was scheduled to make his first appearance on the charges this afternoon in Scottsbluff County Court. Well, the Scottsbluff Police Department had an unusual call over the weekend after being dispatched to the ponds near the Riverside Discovery Center. Initial reports said a dead dog was found skinned and floating in one of the zoo ponds. Upon arrival, officers discovered that the animal was actually a possum. The animal was removed from the water, and police say no crime is suspected. And a battle is brewing over a bill seeking tax credits for Nebraskans who donate to groups that award scholarships to private school students. The measure set for legislative debate is certain to open a rift among lawmakers who have rejected similar proposals in the past, even though most other states already subsidize private or charter schools. Supporters say the Nebraska bill would help low-income families who otherwise could not afford private schools, but public school advocates argue it would rob the state of revenue that could be used to help public school students. And over in Wyoming, new statistics show that the Cowboy State's prison population grew at the third fastest rate in the country in 2017. Figures released last week show that the population in state prisons grew 4.2%, only behind Utah and Idaho. In Wyoming, 429 people per 100,000 were incarcerated that year. The national rate of state prison incarceration was 390 per 100,000 people. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell will be in with a check-in on sports. Stick around. KNEB.TV Sports will be back right after this.
Come on down to the Mixing Bowl if you are craving something homemade just like Grandma used to make. From glace and garlic sausage on Mondays to cabbage burgers and butterball noodle soup on Thursdays, you can't go wrong. And with everything in the bakery case baked fresh daily, you can count on a tasty treat with your morning or afternoon coffee. Stop in from 1 to 3 during the week to get 15% off any coffee or pastry during our coffee happy hour. The Mixing Bowl on 10th Street in Gering, bringing great food and great people together.
More time on the road means more time in the shop. Take your car, truck, or SUV to High Tech Automotive. With 10 bays and commitment to quality service and customer care, we can do it all, from general maintenance to more serious problems. High Tech Automotive, between Frank Parts and Baumgars.
We can't warn Debbie that we just clean the window. Sorry. but we can make you a bowl of homemade chili. Runza makes it all better.
Signings continued late last week, and we should have some more on tap this week as well. Our latest stop last Thursday was at Gering High School for the comeback story that's now complete for senior Quentin Janacek. 2 basketball seasons ago over at Gering, Janacek suffered a devastating knee injury, a torn ACL in his left knee, and that wound up being a double knee surgery. He missed last year's track and field season, but this year Janacek is back hurdling, and he'll get to continue his career at Concordia University.
It's very exciting. It's something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I remember when I was really little, like 3, 4, 5 years old, I set candlesticks up in my basement and hurl them like my dad and uncle used to do. So it's just very exciting to go on and continue doing the thing that I loved doing since I was a little kid.
After qualifying for the state meet as a sophomore, it was hard not competing last year for Janacek, but he was getting plenty of support from his family at home, and he also kept getting plenty of support from Concordia throughout the rehab process.
After the injury, a lot of schools bailed and didn't know if I'd recover as well as I did, but Concordia was always there, and they kept in touch, and they were interested in the rehab and the possibility that I had. And after the first outdoor meet this year, I ran a time that no one really thought that I would run, and they made a pretty big move and were interested. So after a lot of talk with my family and some other coaches, I just decided to go with it because it was mostly because that they believed in me even when a lot of other schools didn't.
Despite not being able to attend last week, that type of support and backing was evident as Concordia coach Matt Beisel sent along a message via video.
We are super excited to have you coming on board. I know it's been a long decision. I know you've had a tough year with your injury, and I'm super proud of you. All of us are, for coming back, working through the rehab, keeping your hope and your faith, and having such a great start to your season.
Janacek is building towards the stretch run of his senior season with some goals still in mind, with districts and hopefully a trip to state still approaching.
Still looking to, haven't gotten where I wanted to be in the 300 hurdles wise after my times my sophomore year, so I'm looking to inch a little bit closer to my PR in the 300 hurdles, and new responsibility on the 4x4 team, getting seconds shaved off of that so that we can hopefully go to state and compete pretty hard down there in Omaha.
Quentin Janacek all set to compete at the next level for the Concordia University track and field team. Janacek and his Bulldog Boys teammates finished third over the weekend at the Western Conference Meet and Alliance that took place on Saturday afternoon. It was a big day at Alliance as they held the ribbon cutting for their brand new track. Years in the making, as they had recently held their first home meet in 6 years. And athletic director Anita James says it's been a joy seeing her kids compete at home twice this season.
I kind of just reflected on how long it's taken and all the people that have helped with, like I said, Chris Bailey, Dr. Underker, our board, the donors, and the track coaches and the AHS alumni. And I got a little teary-eyed because I'm like, gosh, this has been a long time coming, and it's going to be a great day for our kids and our coaches, and like I said, the alumni, for them to come out and see it last Tuesday was pretty sweet. And yeah, I got a little teary-eyed.
Track season has districts next Thursday, and then the state track and field meet will start May 17th. Sub-district soccer tournaments taking place starting today. The girls are in North Platte, and the boys tournament in Lexington. Winners square off tomorrow for sub-district championships. The Gering girls would look to have maybe the best chance to advance through out of the next 2 days. Cougar softball home against McCook. That was scheduled for today, but that's been moved to Saturday. And they also have games scheduled for Wednesday at Volunteer Field against NJC. Cougar baseball, they dropped 2 of 3 at home against Southeast over the weekend. They're scheduled 4 games tomorrow against Otero and then at McCook on Wednesday afternoon. That's the latest today from right here at the Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan will check the community calendar right after this when we come back on KNEB.TV.
Springtime. It's one of the most awaited times of the year, and the comfortable weather makes spring the ideal time to replace your windows and enjoy the irresistible view the season brings. And with our spring special at Renewal by Anderson, there is no better time than now. For a limited time, receive $750 off every door and at least $300 off every window. Plus, take advantage of no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2020. Call 307-215-7493 and bring in spring with Renewal by Anderson Doors and Windows.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
When we combine our energy, we're able to accomplish incredible things and take on the greatest challenges. We're stronger than we could have ever been alone, because our energy works better together. Tri-State and My Roulette Company. Brighter, stronger, better together.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott.
I'm hooked on
Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff. Presented by Allo Communications and Viera Wireless. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at MidwestTheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff with KNEB.
I'm Marcy Meyer, Vice President at Platte Valley Bank with your Mortgage Mythbuster of the Week. Some people think that building a new house is difficult because construction loans are too complicated. The truth is, our lenders will work with you every step of the way to make your construction loan go to work for you. The mortgage lenders at Platte Valley Bank are here to help you find the right programs to fit your needs and your budget. Stop in today. No question is too big or too small.
And finally tonight, street rods rolled into Mitchell this weekend for the 34th annual Wyobraska Auto Expo, hosted by the Scottsbluff Valley Street Rods. The two-day indoor auto show had a variety of street rods, vintage cars, and more, which helped attract a steady crowd of car enthusiasts from around the region. Mike Minzy, the treasurer for the Scottsbluff Valley Street Rods, says they've been meeting since 1973, always talking about cars and promoting their power, performance, and design.
A street rod is a vehicle that was manufactured in 1948 or before, and it's sold, generically speaking, it's an older car body with newer mechanicals, and it runs a newer engine, normally a little bit hotter than the original, but that's a street rod.
The expo presenters hold the show for just that reason, to promote street rods and other vintage mechanics. We caught up with several Torrington residents who were at the show, who explained that the draw was all about the muscle.
I like old cars. I like to see these guys that spend money on these cars and keep that old steel moving down the road, because there's a lot of good steel out there still.
Well, it just brings about the old memories, the youth, when we used to be kids, and we like to keep that, so that keeps us going.
A lot of people come not only to look at the cars, but also to capture memories and the fun that they've had driving the cars when they were younger. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.